Hello there, I'm Eduardo and I'm a business and economics master's student majoring in finance at the Norwegian School of Economics. I'm now completing my senior year at Mannheim University as part of a double degree scheme. Obviously, the underlying reason for taking part in this double degree scheme was the classes offered at Mannheim University, and in particular, the opportunity to write my master's thesis at the business department of this German college. In fact, German universities are pretty much renowned for the robustness of their research, and thus I rose to the opportunity of working in such a stimulating academic environment. I was most afraid of not being able to keep up with what previous Mannheim students described as a heavy workload. Indeed, the first few weeks were quite challenging as I had to get used to a new academic system. Just to give you an example, at Mannheim University, lectures are usually followed by tutorial sessions, essentially exercise classes. So ideally, you should have already covered the materials before you attend a lecture. Otherwise, you will find it nearly impossible to understand how practical exercises are solved. With the exceptions of some notable differences like the language, I would say that life as a uni student here in Germany is not that different than in Italy or anywhere else in Europe. The bottom line is that once you start the semester, you get so absorbed in your work that you stop noticing all the cultural quirks. Besides, studying alongside international students lets you live in your own kind of bubble. To be fair, I had already worked in Germany before my master program, so that previous experience might have made it easier for me to settle in. Well, I guess gaining an insight into how research is done in a foreign universities will be the main legacy of this year in Mannheim, in addition to what I learned in the classes that I've taken and the thesis that I'm currently writing. Just getting to know students and lecturers with such a diverse background is an invaluable opportunity that you can only get while you are a uni student. I also believe that my time at Mannheim, as well as NHH, allowed me to develop a more critical mindset that is not accepting literature and theories passively, but rather questioning the many models that you often come across in economics. If you like, during this year, I kind of learned not to just be a spectator of economics and finance, but an active player. Well, I guess each one of us should try to figure out by ourselves whether studying abroad is in line with our own aspirations and career plans, which eventually will dominate over everything else. Let's be honest, seeking a master's degree abroad is a very big step to take. And if you go ahead with it, you truly need to be determined about it. This is why I believe a university exchange scheme like the Erasmus Plus lets you get an idea of what studying abroad looks like. And that can be a very good starting point to decide whether to commit yourself to a full-time program.